so we'll get you mic'd up.
Okay, great. Okay.
And then you can just sit back and relax. And
Okay, like this?
should all be, yep, perfect. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna move around a little bit, but
Okay.
pay no attention to me.
Okay. Pay no attention.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm Peggy Combs. I am from Oriskany, New York, a little small town about 50 miles southeast of Syracuse. Came here to Syracuse University on an Army ROTC scholarship and graduated in 1985. From there, served in our nation's Army for 33 and a half years.
Can you describe a little bit about what your Syracuse University looked like in and outside of ROTC?
Well, you know, like you, first generation college goer, you know, didn't really know what to expect. I did come on an Army ROTC scholarship, very fortunate for that. I would not have been able to come if it weren't for that. And so when I arrived, not knowing anybody, not knowing, you know, even my way around campus, it was ROTC, going to the ROTC, I found a sense of family right away. And that was something that, that I think is invaluable. And it served to kind of shape, I think, how I thought about things for the rest of my life.
How do you think that that camaraderie that you spoke about impacted the rest of your career?
Oh, it definitely did, because it showed me the value of team. Everybody has value on a team. And I will tell you that that became kind of the central thought in my mind all the time. First thing I think about is, okay, what's the team gonna do? How can I help the team? How can I be a better member of this team?
I think you bring up a really good point that everybody is so different, but everybody has one thing that they bring to the table, and utilizing that to make a team better. What would you say your leadership philosophy was throughout your career, and maybe how that changed throughout your career?
Yeah, I don't think it ever changed. It was people first, and it's about the relationships that you build with people. And like I said, I think this experience here really gave me that foundation to know that, hey, it's all about everybody around you. It's not about you. And so how do you build your team? How do you have relationships with each and every person that you lead? How do you, more importantly, serve them? And this notion of servant leadership, and it came from here.
You graduated with a Bachelor of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences. How would you say that liberal arts education contributed to your career and working in the military and just the real world in general?
Yeah, I think, first of all, the liberal arts education here as the base is the absolute right way to educate folks. That education teaches you so many different aspects of life itself, first of all, and secondly, leadership. You can kind of get out of your comfort zone, and I guess that's, you know, and learn something new, right? It absolutely 150%, you know, made me the person I am today with being able to critically, creatively, and systematically think through things with different understandings and the principles that you get from that. I think it's just key and critical.
I've taken those sociology courses, I've taken the philosophy courses, which are pretty difficult. I agree that just the well-rounded thinking that you obtain from that and just experiences outside of what you're used to, something, especially coming from a really small high school, not really getting a diverse background, that was really paramount for me as well. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, maybe some of your favorite memories from Syracuse University?
Yes. Do you know, I think, and everybody remembers this, so how cold it can be when you have to get up for an 8 a.m. class. And just the dedication that it takes to do that, right? And you know, and everyone will go, why do you remember that? And it's because it did build a sense of commitment and a sense of dedication to what you're doing. And you know what? We weren't the only one, I wasn't the only one there. Everybody else was in class, well, most of them. And you know, all the professors were there. Nobody complained. It was like, okay, we're here to educate. We're here to do our thing.
Can you just maybe expand upon how Syracuse University impacted the rest of not only your career, but your life moving forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not a huge name dropper, you know, but when people go, you graduated from Syracuse?
Yep.
I mean, there's an automatic air of, oh, okay, you've already accomplished something, right? And so that in and of itself, I mean, beyond, I mean, we talked about the liberal arts education, the pure foundation of how to lead, how to care for people, how to serve, how to be committed. Those kinds of things really set the foundation. So my degree hangs proudly on my wall, and everybody goes, okay, and I'm like, yes, I am forever orange. I bleed orange. I tell everybody that I bleed orange.
Moving forward, obviously I'm commissioning soon and graduating. What is some wisdom or advice that you would give students that are moving forward?
Right, from this great university, you know, I would say regardless of what you do, follow your passion, and know that this education that you've received here, this great place on the hill in Syracuse, New York, has prepared you. Know that those strengths are there, and take each and every challenge with that strength, knowing that I am prepared. You know, I might have to go learn a little something new, some new nuances about something, but trust yourself, follow your passion, you know, and sometimes you might have to take a job that you don't, it's not really there yet, but grow into that passion and know that, okay, this is a means to an end, it's not the end.
Thank you so much for that. That's actually very helpful.
You'll be great.
Thank you.
You will be great, I promise you.
Thank you.
And don't let and I always say this to everybody, don't let anyone steal your greatness. Don't let anybody take you off your path. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that are going to try with their bias and with everything else that they have in the world. It's just in the world. Yeah. You just look inside you and your greatness is there, and don't let anybody steal it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. This was incredibly beneficial for me as I move forward, and I know it will be for other students as well. So
you're going to be great.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm not a shaker. I'm a hugger. Sorry.
It was nice meeting you. That was actually really beneficial.